All right, that's going to do it for the 2023 college basketball season. What a fantastic season, a fantastic March Madness tournament, and your Uconn Huskies, champions of the land, cutting down the nets in Houston. Congratulations to Uconn. It was a nice, good fight from San Diego State, but the Aztecs just really didn't have enough. They were really up against it. This is a Uconn team slightly underseeded coming into this tournament, and they've absolutely rolled, winning every game by double digits, just the 6th team ever to do that feat. So really good for Uconn, really dominated this tournament, and they did get the benefit. There were some very favorable seeding matchups. They dodged Kansas, they dodged UCLA, didn't have to get Houston or Texas to get into the Natty, and they end up getting the 5-seed San Diego State Aztecs in the national championship game. 5 seeds have never won it, so it was free money, it felt like. But UConn dominated most of this game, kind of pushed them, kept San Diego State at arm's length. San Diego State could not make a basket. I mean, they were abysmal. I think they end up shooting 32% from the floor. Now, most of these games aren't the best shot games because of the stadium arenas, but teams didn't really have a problem in the Final Four, but we've seen this in national championship games. Feels like we see this every time UConn's in the national championship. It's ugly. It's a slug dogfight, but UConn was in control for a majority of this game. They were the better team. They were the better shooting team. They were more physical. San Diego State did kind of lull UConn to sleep in the second half there, went on a nice 9-0 run, ended up cutting the lead all the way down to just 5 with 5 minutes left, but then the Huskies stepped on the gas, put the nail in the coffin. Another 9-0 run for UConn right there. San Diego State went without a bucket for like 4 minutes, and that was all she wrote. Really, really strong performance all around from UConn. They looked like the best team in the tournament. They're probably not the best team in the country, but that's not always who wins this thing. It's who's playing the best ball right now and who can get some lucky breaks. Congratulations to Dan Hurley, winning it in his 3rd tournament appearance with UConn. He called his shot back in 2020. He said, "You better get us now because we're coming." He got his ring. UConn, really a big fan of the state of Texas. Their last 4 national titles, all in the state of Texas. San Antonio, 1 in Dallas, and now 2 in Houston. So they're a big fan of the Lone Star State. They like playing in Texas for them. 5 national championships overall since 1999. That's the most in college basketball. They really have a strong argument now that they have entered the blue blood category. The only teams that had more wins coming into this tournament are the 5 top dogs that we would consider the blue buds in college basketball: Duke, North Carolina, Kansas, Kentucky, and Villanova. UCLA was right there with UConn coming into this dance. So I don't know where UConn ended up finishing as far as wins since 2000 in the tournament, but they are right up there. It's very impressive to see. And I think this is a team that's here to stay. They got one of those foundational pieces at head coach. They kind of struggled a little bit, ever since Jim Calhoun left. Kevin Ollie had that nice tournament run with Shabazz Napier, but never really got it settled. Had some pretty awful seasons after that. But they're now back in the Big East. They're playing well. They're the defending national champions coming in the next season. 30-8 is a really nice season, especially in that conference that maybe has lost some of its luster a little bit, but still a very strong conference to compete with. But hey, UConn, great on them. And they love being underseeded. Of the last 16 national champions, 13 of them have been a 1 or a 2 seed. The only 3 that haven't, all UConn teams. So UConn likes to be an underseeded team that actually goes on a run in March and wins some games. So other things to look at here: free throw percentage. UConn was at 89%. Really great. There was a million fouls, though, on San Diego State, and that's what killed them. They got a lot of fouls trying to claw back into that second half, and it put UConn at the stripe in the double bonus the last 4 minutes of the game, and that really hurt them, because any sort of pickup, and you see UConn shooting 89% from the free throw line, they're going to convert. San Diego State, 26% from 3. That's really the key to this game. They're not a very good offensive team. They're a great defensive team, and they just had a really bad night shooting on top of it. And UConn wasn't great, but they were just good enough. They won the rebounding categories 40-34. That's a big deal here. It was an ugly kind of game. It really didn't have as much jazz as we would have liked it to. The Final Four was fun. San Diego State hitting that buzzer beater to knock out FAU, but it was just kind of a flat Final Four. Nothing really to write home about. This is what happens when you have a lot of bad seeded teams and one team that everyone feels like is a dominant squad, and that team always tends to win. You don't really truly see super upsets in March. Like I said, it's usually a 1 or 2 seed unless it's Uconn. So congratulations to Uconn. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. What'd you think of the game? Is Uconn a blue blood in college basketball now? Are they a force to be reckoned with? Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Again, like this video, subscribe to the channel if you're not already, share this video with your friends, and I'll see y'all tomorrow.